Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Hey team, this is Luke with Crusader Machining, back with another Friday video. It's the evening time now, and as you can see, I'm not in the shop. But I wanted to get a video out anyhow. Took the day off, enjoyed it with the family. I just took it outside and I realized that it was, at the beginning of the video, it was bright. Towards the end, it got so dark. So I'm hoping I can recap it the same. Today, the video that we're going to be covering is the 5 reasons why I am a machinist, and if I could go back and do it again, I would do it the same. Number 1 reason why, very basic, very simple, I need a job. When I started in machining, that was the main basis to it, was that I needed a job. I was getting out of high school and sure as heck wasn't going to go sit in a cubicle somewhere. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just wasn't for me. I needed a job. Second reason, machining and manufacturing runs in my family, starting from my paternal grandfather's uncle in Poland. And then when my grandfather came here, he got a job in machine shops in the south side of Chicago and did it forever. But also my mother's father, my maternal grandfather, was a machinist. He was a machinist mate on a battleship in the Pacific. Never saw active duty, but he was a machinist on a ship, and then he went on to be an engineer at some company. I think it was Phoenix Engineering or something like that for a number of years. Then also my father. My father was a machinist from 18 up until, whatever. I work with my dad in the shop now. He was an excellent machinist, started on New Britain, multi-spindles. Some of you old guys might know what that is. Cam-driven Brown and Sharps that went up to CNCs, I say in the late 80s, something like that. And I still bounce machining ideas off of him now. Also my brothers. I have a few brothers, but my 2 younger ones were in a machine shop. Now my baby brother, David, he's in there full time and he's running 5th axis work. Very, very cool stuff, aerospace work, 250 dimensions and awesome stuff. Third reason, that I didn't realize this until I was in a shop for probably a decade. I love to solve problems. And you guys and gals that work in manufacturing, particularly machining, you know that there are days, weeks, and months where it's constant issues of a problem you have to solve. And you can look at it with 2 different perspectives. One of them, this is a pain, I don't want to do it. A second perspective that I like to employ is, I'm going to solve this problem. I'm not going to look at it from a negative, oh, I'm just here for a paycheck and this is Monday morning again, blah, blah, blah. I hate people like that. My perspective has always been, I'm here, I'm going to solve this problem. I'm going to make this job better than what it was before. I'm going to fix this problem. And I was doing that forever, but I never kind of qualified it in a verbal term to myself. But I love solving problems. The 4th reason is I like knowing that I'm contributing to the economy. My local economy, the national economy, and the world economy. As weird as that sounds, let me explain. As machinists or anyone in manufacturing, anyone who's making something, the parts, the components, the things that we make are going somewhere in the world that someone is using. You're fixing someone's problem, a problem that they had, a product that they wanted to make to bring to fruition. You and me and everyone like us, we're contributing to that component, whether or not it's a vacuum, carburetor, and sorry, it's my little and. Whether or not it's a vacuum, a carburetor, a spaceship, I have no idea, but you know what I mean. The parts that we make go into something. And I like knowing that my hands, my brain, my time, my skill, talent, as limited as it may be, made that component. I love that about what I do. That leads into the 5th reason, and probably why I like being a machinist the most, is I love to make stuff. Knowing that I make stuff is great, that's point number 4, but the act of making itself, and I don't just mean being on a screw machine and making parts or on a CNC programming it and running it and the finished part goes into quality and ships to the customer, that's cool. I like that about what I do. But what I like is knowing that there's a chunk of metal that's nothing. You know, we do our CAD CAM, tool layout, stuff like this, programming, setup, touch off the tools, dial everything, run it. It goes from basically worthless metal to a finished part. And then, but also not just on the machine. I love making tooling. When I used to work on mills, it seems like a long time ago, making fixturing was so much fun to try to make that perfect fixture for that part. Or making stuff for my toolbox, making tool holders for the machines. I've had people in our shop that when, you know, they were always putting their Allen keys on top of the machine or on the cart and they'd always lose them. So we made, we took like a piece of acetylene, like a thin sheet of it, machined some aluminum blocks and mounted them to it with holes cut out so you could put your Allen keys in it. It was magnetic to the machine. It was such a fun project, just making stuff, you know, using our God-given intellect, combine it with our dexterity, use your intelligence and your skills to come up with something basically from nothing. To me, I never get tired of it. I mean, it's a very, very gratifying thing for me, and I'm sure some of you guys are the same way, to use your hands and make stuff. You know, that's why I'm so glad that after high school, I didn't go to college, and there's no dogging anyone that did. I don't care what anyone else does. But for me, I'm very glad that I'm in a shop every day. I probably will be until I can't walk because I love what I do so much, being in a machine shop, in manufacturing in general. So those are the 5 reasons why I'm a machinist. And if I could turn back the hands of time, I would do it all the same again. Not only because I love my wife, my kids, and my family, but because I'd be a machinist again. So thank you for watching. That concludes the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. Share the video if you can. I said comment, but I want you to comment, what do you like about what you do? What don't you like? Are you in manufacturing? Do you want to get into it? What about your trade or your skill, your vocation do you love? Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.